Hello, Space Coast. I'm Ron Lighthall in the beautiful SpaceCoastDaily.com studios right here on Merritt Island. Right now, I am with Kristie Rodriguez. She is the Financial Education Coordinator with Launch Credit Union. Kristie, welcome to the studio.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You have kind of a unique job with the credit union.
Yes.
You're not a bean counter. You're not slinging money. You're not kind of in the financial world, but what you're doing is you're educating people about the financial world.
Yes.
Particularly young people in the schools. Tell us a little bit about the program that Launch Credit Union has implemented and the impact you're having on young people's lives.
Awesome. So I am the Financial Education Coordinator for Launch Credit Union, and that job entails a few different things. The first thing that I'm involved in doing is overseeing the high school branches that we have at Volusia County Schools. We have one at Spruce Creek High School, and we also have one at University High School. The students actually get the opportunity to work in the branch as tellers. So they're learning how to, the system, how to do deposits, withdrawals, make payments. They have to put in an application. We give them an interview, we train them, and then they work on certain days throughout their lunch period at the high school branch, and they get to learn what it's like to be in a branch.
The program that you're working with is actually called It's a Money Thing.
Yes.
And it's kind of a program you have purchased and been a part of. Tell us a little bit about what the Money Thing is and how that plays into your education curriculum.
Yes, so they are industry experts. They actually create educational curriculum surrounded around financial literacy. So they provided us with videos, presentations, handouts, different topics, and we get to present that to our younger kids as well as our young adults, and it makes that conversation a little more exciting. They really found a way to make it less boring so that the kids are interested, they want to learn. The videos are great.
Kids today have so much more awareness when it comes to money and particularly finances. One of those things is the world of like cryptocurrency, and they understand financial exchanges, and and you also talk about videos, whether it's the TikTok or Facebook, and they understand monetizing. And they are starting to accrue money faster and in some cases easier than we had opportunities as younger people. And you're teaching them the financial responsibilities that go along with that and the investing opportunities.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about when you go into the schools and you set up these curriculums and programs. You work hand in glove with the school systems.
Yes. So I work with the academy teachers. There's an Academy of Finance at both high schools, at Spruce Creek as well as University High School, and they specialize in teaching kids everything about financial literacy, bank accounts, credit cards, credit scores, debt, all of those things.
So when these kids, you know, the young adults,
yes,
when they graduate and they're finishing high school, there was certain immaturity financially on most of our ages where we didn't have that comprehension other than the home ec classes that we learned. But more and more of the financial responsibility as these kids graduate and they hit the real world, they're armed with a lot more information than we were. One of those things is predatory lending that you're kind of exposed to immediately on day one when you step on those college campuses. So they're aware how important credit cards and falling for some of the credit traps are.
Yes, yes.
So tell us a little bit about the how do you start off a young person when you talk to them about their credit scores, because they really haven't established credit? You help them kind of navigate down the road to build their credit scores.
Right. So when building your credit score, and this is, you know, young, old, I mean, I've found with working in the financial industry that there really isn't an age, all ages sometimes have battles with their credit, and they have questions and they don't understand, because Unfortunately, I know when I went to school, these programs weren't available. So they weren't available for a lot of people. So the first thing you really want to focus on, and it sounds pretty standard, is your payment history. Payment history is the most influential factor in calculating your credit score. So whatever you have to do to pay those bills on time, whether set up auto pay or reminders, they have reminder apps out there now, anything that's going to make sure that you're paying on time. The second thing with your credit score is revolving debt. That's huge. So you don't want to get yourself into a lot of credit card debt. You want to use credit cards responsibly. Experts recommend that you do not utilize more than 30% of your credit limit in full. So for example, if you have a credit card for, let's say, $1,000, ideally to keep a good credit score, you don't want to go over 300 or carry that balance over for 300, I should say. Things happen. If you don't have an emergency fund to be able to pull money out of and you have to charge an emergency on credit, just make sure that you're paying that bill every month and try to always pay more than the minimum balance required.
It seems like we go through financial focal periods in our life.
Yes.
Like the most important thing when you're young is that car. You want that car. So
Yeah.
you walk onto the lot and you want to finance that car. And then there are certain financial responsibilities that go with that car. You have to insure the car. You have to maintain the car. You have to put gas in the car. As you get older, your financial purview changes. Now all of a sudden you may not need that fancy car because you have the house.
Right.
And you have other responsibilities and the family, but you're there through their lives as they're building and you're keeping them focused on those financial periods of their life. So go ahead and share the website with us. And you're growing, so you're available to, if somebody wants to reach out and say, hey, this would be great in our high school. I know we have a lot of academies here in Brevard County. They do a great job, and I know some of them have the ones here with the financial aspects and the banking aspects. Go ahead and share the website and also your phone number where they can reach out to you if they want to talk about or learn more about this financial sector of a young person's life.
Sure. So our website is www.launchcu.com. And if you go on to our website there, there's different points of contact there. You can even reach out to your nearest branch manager and let them know that you may be interested in having some financial literacy presentations. My phone number, you can contact me by 800-662-5257, and then you can get transferred to me from our contact center.
And that's with Launch Credit Union.
With Launch Credit Union, yes.
And one of the things you and I were talking about off the air, these are
Yes.
not the stuffy banks that we grew up with.
Right.
You have that fun, festive, hip vibe,
Yes.
kind of like the internet generation. So younger people are going to migrate more of the credit union. And one of the things to know is why credit unions are so different than banks. And you can educate people on that as well. So they just need to
Yes.
pick up the phone, give you a call,
Right.
reach out. If you've kind of had it with your banking mentality and you want to go more the credit union mentality, it used to be you had to be in a certain segment to be a part of that, but it's grown much larger than that now.
Yeah. So we used to only cater to Volusia and Brevard counties, and we are expanding to try to include more counties, and hopefully one day all of Florida.
Excellent. Kristie, thank you so much for joining us in the studio today. It's been a pleasure having you here. And I know one of the most important things, one of the foundational platforms that kids need immediately upon graduation is that financial responsibility, because it is a slippery slope. And
Yes.
there's just so much information. And then you add in like the tax, and you add in the different ways that you can save money and all the things that really solidify their future. So thank you for all the great work you do.
Thank you. Thanks for having me today.
We'll be right back here on SpaceCoastDaily.com.
Are you often on the go with no time to find out what's going on in Brevard County? Do you want to stay up to date with breaking news in Brevard on Florida's Space Coast? Do you want to avoid traffic jams from accidents and stay up to date with crime in Brevard? Then get Brevard's most current news now, sent right to your cell phone or smart device. Go to the App Store today and download your free Space Coast Daily application to join the Space Coast Daily community.